Really beautiful, a refugee story by us.
Right.
Every day, Shahad came to school with perfect hair. It was perfectly combed and perfectly braided, and the ribbons, they were perfectly tied. One day, Miss Trunk set up tables with paper and pencils and pots of paint. I want you to draw a memory, but not any memory. This one has to come from the place you were born. Trivian drew a shiny red bicycle. Tuyet painted a big bowl of rice. Tierney drew a bunch of kids running through tall green grass, and Shahad just sat there doing nothing. Shahad, Miss Trunk smiled. I can't wait to see your picture. So Shahad quickly scribbled a pile of broken bricks and crabby-looking faces. Miss Trung asked the children to sit on the carpet so they could share their pictures with one another. Tuyat held up hers first. In my country, my grandma made me eat rice. There it was every single day, a big bowl full of white, sticky goo. Ick. Then Tierney held up his picture really high. I loved running in the grass, round and round and round with my friends until we dropped to the ground laughing. Trivian pointed to the picture in his picture. In my country, everyone rode bikes, everyone. Just before I had to leave, my uncle gave me this brand new red bicycle. It was perfect, but I had to leave it behind. Trivian looked down, his eyes going wet. Miss Trong leaned toward him. No, there is a used bike store just around the corner from the school. I don't know if they have a red one, but maybe you and your parents, maybe you and your parents could stop in and have a look someday. Shahad stood up. In my country, we have the best food in the world. Our hummus is my favorite. It's not as good here. Then Shahad looked around at her friends and their bright, happy drawings and pointed to her own. But these are the bricks that made my eye look like this, and my leg like this. Then the children took their seats and Shahad quickly plopped herself down. The bell rang and the children handed their pictures to Miss Trong. She stopped Shahad on the way out and told her how much she liked the braids in her hair. Shahad smiled a little. The next morning, Miss Trung told Shahad how much she liked the yellow ribbons in her hair. Shahad smiled a bit more. And just before lunch, Shahad marched up to Miss Trung and asked, do you think I'm beautiful? Miss Trung looked at Shahad, paused, and smiled. I think you are spectacularly beautiful. Day after day, Shahad asked the same question, and day after day, Miss Trung looked at Shahad, paused, and smiled. I think you are spectacularly beautiful. Then the last day of school arrived. Miss Trung looked a little sad. I'm going to miss you over the summer, but I will be teaching children your age in a country that has a few problems. And those children, they'll remind me of you. Days went by, the summer ended, the first day of school arrived. Miss Trung welcomed the new children to her class. They all had a great first day. When the bell rang at the end of the day, Miss Trung led the children out. On the way, she spotted Shahad. They looked at each other for a long time. Then Miss Trung showed Shahad her scar. It was new. Do you think I'm beautiful? Shahad looked at Miss Trung, paused, and smiled. I think you are spectacularly beautiful. And that's the end of the book.
That's the end. Oh, well read. Fantastic. So now that we've read the book, I think we're going to start drawing a jelly bean guy, right? So hopefully you have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil or something. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay, so we're in. I'm going to be drawing on my screen, and you can follow along. I'll do it. I won't do it very fast, and they're very simple. And what you're looking at right now is some of the little characters in the book, and they're, if you look at them, they really do look like a jelly bean and the basic shape with arms and legs and hair. And it's, these guys are very, very similar. So I'm going to draw on top of that, and then you'll see how easy it is. Okay. So I'm just showing you, draw a bean. It looks like a potato or a bean. It doesn't really matter. Very simple. And a couple little eyeballs. These guys in the book tend to be going sideways most of the time, although we'll draw them from the front as well. I did a cutout for the mouth, and we'll go in after and erase the part where we don't want to keep. Do your own crazy hair if you want, whatever you want. You can see they're all a little bit different. For his arm, I'm just coming out doing like a couple letter C's or just 2 lines. And then I always do 1, 2, 3 fingers. I didn't even give them thumbs, these guys. I'm having them run, so I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the arm. And I've got a little foot. And then I'm making it same, another one. Don't worry if they're not even the same length. Then I'm going to take my eraser and get rid of the part there that I don't need. So going back, I always, if it's just a drawing, I give it a little shadow because it gives it a base. And technically with the eraser, it would be nicer, it would be nicer to get rid of the lines that connect body to the legs. Like that. And then you can color this in your own time after if you want. And color it all the different colors and make it like a jelly bean. And then when you do color it, then the eyes really pop out like that. So pretending that's all colored in like that. Okay?
I have a question for everyone. Trivian had to leave his brand new bicycle behind. Have you ever had to leave something behind? And if so, how did it make you feel? What was it and how did it make you feel? Does anyone want to comment on that?
It's hard when we're only hearing ourselves, so.
Oh, but maybe Megan can help us with that, right? Does she? I think so.
I don't know.
Megan? Hi.
Hello.
The question was, Trivian had to leave his brand new bicycle behind. And I'm asking the participants if they've ever had to leave something behind that they love and to tell us what it is and how it made them feel.
Yeah, that sounds good. So that's a really awesome thing to put in the chat if you guys want. Remember that little chat button.
Right.
Let me see.
Anything come up? No, we can.
Well, Lisa, maybe we can just talk about this ourselves. And I can't think of anything that I've left behind so much as had to leave my country behind, because I was born in Canada and I've always lived in Canada, but there's certainly things that I've left behind somewhere, and it's, you just kind of never forget that there's something that was special. It could have been a stuffed animal, or you lost something at the park, but it's still that same feeling that's, you kind of never get over that in a way, but we need to.
Absolutely. Similarly, Laurie, I was born in London, Ontario, and we had a neighbor who was just the most wonderful neighbor. Oh my goodness, she was such a wonderful lady. And she was so good to me. And when we moved, I remember the moving van came. And when I had to say goodbye, I can say her name, Mrs. Bathgate. I think I cried for an hour, full
Oh,
out, and
Mhm.
that's how much I miss my neighbor. So I think, yes, we've all had those experiences, and they're hard. They're
oh,
hard.
oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
When I was, I lived in Illinois for a little bit when I was younger. And even though I grew up in New Jersey, and when I moved when I was about 8, um, I remember being so sad because I was just kind of at that age where I was really, really attached to my friends. So having to move was really hard, but my friends came over and like we all drew on the moving boxes and made like cute little pictures and stuff, which helped make it better. But it was definitely really sad
Yeah.
at the
yeah.
time.
So
And
I,
that was a long time ago, and you haven't
Mhm.
forgotten, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's, yes. And it was much longer for me, a much longer time ago. And I still remember that clearly. So I think we've all had an experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to share the screen again, and we'll do a new drawing this time.
Okay.
So doing the big egg or potato or jelly bean, whatever you like. And let's put the eyeballs, nice big ones, right in the middle. Nice looking haircut. And this time we can have him just standing. The sticks for legs and the little discs for feet. And maybe we'll put his arms up and then 1, 2, 3. Another one up. Oops. 1, 2, 3. And a big smile. Okay, so it's kind of like an egg with arms and legs. And then I'm just going to put a little shadow underneath the guy. There. Okay. It just kind of grounds him if you put the shadow on it. It's very helpful. Now, if I wanted to erase all the little parts, when we talked about erasing it, you don't have to. It depends on what you're working with. If you're working with a blue marker, then you just keep coloring the whole guy in like that. Okay, so that's it's one of our jelly bean classmates.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
have another question. The word beautiful appears in the book many times. Why do you think it plays such an important role? And at the end of the book, when Miss Trung shows Shahad the scar on her face, why do you think she asks, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" Any thoughts on that? Do we have any comments? Megan?
I'm looking.
Lisa, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are we don't normally, what I like about it is that we normally don't associate scar with beauty, right? We don't normally do that. But I think the fact that Miss Trong and Shahad had had a very similar experience and a connected experience, it kind of was beautiful, wasn't it? I think that's the way I interpret it.
Yeah, and I think it's all about, I mean, as an illustrator, but you're the author, but I think it's all about the inner beauty versus outer beauty. I mean, she is beautiful, but inside, it doesn't matter what's on the outside,
Of course. And
right? Which is a contrast with the ribbons,
right,
basically.
Mhm.
right. And I think it was all about how beautiful a person she was on the inside. But I loved also their connected feeling. And we don't associate stars with beauty. We kind of look at them and go, "Ooh," you know? But it certainly didn't stop Shahad. And
Mhm.
Shahad was pretty amazing. It stopped her for a minute. So good for her.
Chloe and Sophia said that they think it comes up because it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, but on the inside is what counts. So they agree with Laurie,
Yeah, that's lovely.
which is awesome. We also have a response from the first question. Someone said that they remember being really sad when their family had to move and they had to give up a piano. They were only 3, but they'll never forget it.
Oh, that's a big thing too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
not
so
taking
sad. Yeah, to not, yeah, because it's a big, heavy thing to move, but it's sad to
Yeah,
not. anymore.
Yeah. Although a bicycle is pretty big too. It's not something you stick
That's
under
true.
your armpit, right? Yeah. We're going to draw a Shahad finally because I think we're good at this now, and I think we can certainly do that. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to get rid of this guy, and let's start again. So Shahad is more difficult to draw because she's not just a straight jelly bean. She's more of a, like, almost like her back, as the left side would be her back, and the front is kind of like a letter B, but a very soft B. Now, I think I've made her a lot heavier, but maybe through COVID, she's just gained some weight. So here she's got smaller eyes than the jelly bean people. And then I'm going to do her hair. And it looks really odd because if you see in the book, it's a colored in Shahad, it's all purple, but there's a lot of white lines. So I can't really show that very well right now, but we'll do the best we can. Like that. Now she's got braids. So her braids are funny. They're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then go a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. I don't even know how many. I think I could go on till I get off the page, but let's just stop about there and do 2 different triangles, which will be her ribbon, and that's going to stop the end of her hair. And then there's 3 little hairs coming out the bottom.
Oh.
Smile, there we go. Her arm is kind of stuck on the side of her body a little bit. Going down, skinny little arm, 3 little fingers. Oh yeah, she's a lot heavier now, I can see that. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do her feet. There's 1, and I'm gonna do her foot. She's got a little bit of a heel, but the same kind of sausage type foot. And then 1 more, and her legs are really quite straight unless she decides she's moving like that. So that's pretty simple. But if I change the color, you can see that I have a black line in the real story. There's a black line around everything as well. So it goes, I'm not even sure. Okay, so let's go back to the blue. Sorry about that. If I was coloring in once again, it was like leaving a bit of space to be white around. And you can see she is purple, so, or mauve, I guess. But for simplicity, and it's easier to see navy, or this blue, royal blue color, easier to see that, okay, like that. Now you can always add, you know, more hair, whatever, you can have fun with it. I'm going to erase the inner lines of the hair that is part of her body and I don't want it there. That will help. And probably make it, her backside here is a little bit rounder, not like squared off. Now that, she almost looks like a bandit right now, I think, so. Okay. I'm just gonna put a little bit of shadow under there like that too.
Laura,
Yeah.
do you mind?
Oh, she's missing a nose.
Oh, okay, let's wait. Let's see the nose.
Okay, there we go. Okay, can I stop sharing that?
Can I share mine?
Oh, Lisa, fantastic.
Thank
Nice.
My little guys, I'm still coloring in over
Oh,
here.
that's great. Well, that's so good. And you know what? You guys can just color for the next week, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should, you should send us your pictures to our website after. So maybe we can post that after and you can send them in. It'll be wonderful.
Yeah, and you can also, I put it in the chat if you want to send them to me in an email. It's Megan@powerhousearena.com. It's in the chat too. I can also pass those along to Lisa and Laurie. So we'd definitely love to see what you guys drew.
That'd be really fun. Okay.
Okay, Shahad.
Yeah.
Yellow ribbon. Every single day. She loved her yellow ribbon. If you had a choice, what would you wear every day? Laurie, what would you wear every day?
Oh, I know that because I do wear the same thing every day. That's easy for me. People who know me know I'm wearing a jean shirt and a pair of jeans or a jean skirt or a black t-shirt and jeans. So, you know, I just kind of do the laundry, have 5 different jean shirts, and I'm wearing the same thing all the time. It's not beautiful. No. How about you guys?
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh,
What are you wearing?
well, what would you wear if you had a choice every day? What would be your choice?
Are you asking me or the group?
Megan, I asked.
I
Oh,
I feel like for me, it's less what color I wear or anything like that. But as long as my hair is some shade of red every day, then I feel like me.
oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's a good answer. What about you, Lisa?
You know what? Because I've worn glasses for most of my life, it's my special thing, right? They let me see. They let me. So every morning I get up. What do I put on in my glasses? I say, "Oh, the world's good now."
So it's all about the glasses, is
All
it?
glasses because I don't. Oh, they're so special.
No, I love that. That's great. Great.
We got one answer in the chat that says pink, pink, pink,
Oh,
which
love
is
it.
honestly, you can't see, but I am wearing pink shorts today. So, it's
Oh,
a good color.
well, there's a lot of pink guys behind me because I love the
Yeah,
pink too,
it's a
right?
good color.
It's a great
Chloe and
color.
Sophia also said, we usually wear different clothes every day, but if we had a choice, our hair is usually always down.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
funny. We get into these patterns, right? I love that.
Yeah. I would
Um,
love to be. I always want to wear my hair down, but it's hard when it's very hot
I know. I know.
outside.
Totally it is.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna switch again to the screen and take Shahad out of here. And now that we're so good at these jelly bean guys,
yes.
let's just make a bunch of them in a line that are, lining up for class, basically. So I'm going to start over on the side. Let me know if you cannot see what I'm doing. There's one guy. And I'm just going to do the actual potato parts, the jelly parts first. The reason is I want to space them out. Some are bigger than others. And I'll just do 3 for now. And the fun part is the hair. You could just have a good time, do whatever you think you would like for the hair. It's not a good looking hairstyle, that's for sure. And then some eyes on each one of them, but you're all very good at this now. I'm quite sure about that. There. And it depends where you put the eyes makes a big difference. So if you put the eyes lower, let's go here. That definitely, the last guy looks more like a potato. I'm gonna have his mouth open there and another one open up there. I'm just moving from one guy to the other guy. And I think because we've done this already, you know what to do. I'm gonna make his arm on the first guy going kind of forward this time, like he's in motion. This one, there, and this one further out. Okay, there's no plan here. I'm just winging it. So we're going back to the first guy. I'm gonna do one leg, and let's lift his back leg up behind him. And same with this one. Maybe her leg is just about to step down. This guy, big clunky guy with tiny feet. There. Now I didn't really even notice this until today, but I didn't put 2 arms on any of these guys in the book. I'm not sure. I think maybe I forgot. I'm not sure, but we can do 2 arms, which makes a little bit more sense. We can put an arm on this side. Not even doing the thumbs. Make sure your arm is a bit shorter on the far side and it doesn't come out of his mouth. That would be not good. So I'm just going to erase the big open mouth there. And I only did it on that one. And then this is fun after our call. You could color these in with pink or whatever you want. Or you could dress them, which would be also fun. Put your favorite clothes on them. Okay, there. Okay. The hair coming out of her face doesn't really work, but okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, look at that beautiful piece of art there.
Yeah, I'm gonna share mine.
Oh, wow, you followed along like that? Oh, I like the hair. That's crazy. I love it.
That's very fun. Megan, what about you? Let's see.
A little line.
Let's see, here's what the
Pen, so we can't really go back in
oh,
and
well done.
Hair.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Love your hair. My hair.
We'll get some different hairstyles going on here.
You definitely do. That's great.
Good for you. We're gonna ask you to now draw the person who you think is spectacularly beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. So we've made a picture, like a picture frame, which you can draw as well, which is fun. So there's another thought. You can do that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna draw someone.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you be sharing us your picture? This is fun. This is like my drawing classes I do on Fridays.
Very.
But I don't have to change the screen every minute.
That does make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, this is a
I would
little
think.
confusing.
There we go. I'm almost ready.
While we're drawing, I just saw we have a comment from Deborah who said, love the book, definitely one for my daughter's classroom.
Oh, that's great.
Wonderful.
We love to hear that.
Yes, very good. Okay, here we go. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
My spectacularly beautiful creature.
Oh, is that Charlie?
Charlie. And Charlie is 19 years old.
Oh,
Gosh.
He's a fighter. And he's not really beautiful on the outside. He's like, when I say he's beautiful on the inside,
yeah.
every ounce of that creature is beautiful on the inside. So I think it goes well with the book. I think Charlie kind of works with the book.
I think it goes well with dogs because they are beautiful on the inside, but they can stink. So
Certainly Charlie does.
Did you draw a picture too, Megan?
I did. So my drawing is not beautiful, but I tried to draw my mom's hair.
Oh, that's awesome. Would that be red as well?
It would actually be kind of pink with like some purple in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I get it from my mom.
Even through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for her. That's great. That's great. Okay. So, I think, Lisa, we were going to talk about foods.
Oh, we were. That's true. In the book, Shahad talks about hummus as being her favorite. And I know that certainly in my case, because I come from a Greek family, when we celebrated occasions, we'd always have Greek food. And I think that goes for people who come over to any country and they, with celebrations or birthdays or special occasions, they celebrate with the food they know from their country. And Laurie, what would your favorite food from your country be?
From my country. From Canada? Oh, I don't know where to start. I think I like all the ch things, by the way. I like things that start with CH, like chocolate and cheese. And what else? There's another really good, very bad for you ch thing. Probably cheese. I could just live on cheese alone. Yeah. Chips. Yes, chips. Thank you.
Ooh, chips.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. What about you, Megan?
I am a very big sucker for pasta. I could eat pretty much any kind of pasta every day for the rest of my life and be perfectly happy.
And
With cheese.
is pasta part of your heritage? Is that part of your?
My I'm Italian on my dad's side of the family. So yeah. And I was a really picky eater when I was a kid. So like buttered noodles was one of the only things that I would eat when I was really little. And then it's just kind of grown from there to eating pasta with actual toppings on it.
Yeah. Oh,
My favorite thing still is a good Greek salad. I love, and I grew up on Greek salad. I still love them.
yeah.
There you go. I don't make it for you, Laurie, because you don't like tomatoes. You're not
Or olives or cucumbers. So the best part of the Greek salad is just the feta to me.
yeah.
That's right.
Chloe and Sophia said our favorite food from their mom's side is dopagi, and their favorite food in their dad's side is naan, and their favorite food where they were born in Canada is pizza.
Ah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm on board with pizza.
Pizza's
what an amazing combo.
It's great.
And good naan. Oh, fresh.
Oh,
It's
now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry.
great.
Okay, now Lisa, what we were wondering about is if anybody wants to share their art with us online, and if not, as you said, Megan, they could send it to you, or that's probably the best, right? Send you their pictures.
Either way.
We would love to see what you're doing out there with our jelly bean guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. Any questions, maybe?
Yes, or any questions or any thoughts about the book?
Yeah. No.
No? Okay. Well, I think is there anything, Megan?
Someone asked, was she a refugee?
Yes. She was a student in my class about, I want to say 7 years ago. And it's a true story. She was hurt very badly in her country, very badly, worse than just a little scar here. And she was so strong and amazing, and I always used to admire her. And she did have a very, very big scar, and she was full of, I always called it vinegar. She was really strong and full of vinegar. One day, she marched up to me and said, Madame Lucas, do you think I'm beautiful? And wow, that's amazing. And I did stop and I paused because I was so surprised. I was kind of shocked, frankly. And so I took that breath that sometimes we need before we answer. And I said, yeah, I think you are spectacularly beautiful. That actually happened. And then she liked that answer. And so every once in a while, she'd come up to me, no more than once in a while, like maybe every week or at least twice a week. Madame Lucas, you think I'm beautiful? And I'd always pause because I could tell she liked the pause. And I'd always pause and say, I think you're spectacular. And that's true, that happened. And then I saw her about a year ago walking on a street, and she was just beautiful as ever. She was just amazing. And she screamed, hello, Madame Lucas. So it was it really was an amazing, it was an amazing time for me as a teacher to have those kids in my class were great, and Shahad was special.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We do have, someone said it's a beautiful and inspiring story in the comments, and I have to agree.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other comments before? I think our time's up, right, Megan?
Yeah, we are, if anyone's got any last questions, let us know. If not, kind of wrap things up.
Megan, for organizing all this. We really
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just put the link to get copies of Spectacularly Beautiful in the chat one more time. You can also find it on our website if you missed the button and you forget, you want to go back and get it later. always on our website. And just thank you so much to Lisa and Laurie for joining us. Thank you to all of our guests for taking time out of your Sunday morning to come and hang out with us for a little bit. We appreciate it. And yeah, send us some art. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.